Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's pour. Now tonight's pour is going to be a Star Trek themed painting. So Hot Wheels actually makes a U.S.S. Enterprise. So we have one here. Now I've done one before. It was a couple of years ago. Excuse me. And I did it on a 12 by 36 canvas. I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to do a regular 10 by 20 like I normally do on my car paintings. And so what I decided to do was do a black background. You know, I know space isn't just black, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of, and it's Artist Loft Black is what I'm using, but I'm going to take some pearlized crystal blue and some just Artist Loft red, and I'm going to put it in with the black as a background and kind of use, which I've already used my my palette knife to spread the black on the canvas already. So I'm just going to put a few streaks in there of the red and the blue, and then I'm going to mix it in with the black, kind of streak it with my palette knife to kind of give it that, I don't know what you'd call that, space look. I don't want to say Nova look, but you know what you see what I'm getting at. Well, I'm also going to do a little bit of white, and then what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to use white kind of coming out the back just to make an effect. I'm not going to do it's going to be a real thin streak, and I might even do a swipe on it. I don't know. No, I don't think I'll do a swipe. I'll just blow it out a little bit, but I want it to kind of be a fine line. So then I'm going to put a planet in there. Now, how am I going to do that? Well, what I did was I took one of my Dixie cups and I cut it to where the bottom's out at it. So I'm putting the top on. I'm going to put it on the canvas, and I'm going to pour a few pieces of paint, a little bit of bits of paint in there, probably some blues and whites, maybe a little green, and kind of just blow on it with this to fill out the circle, and then I'll kind of twist it a little bit and lift it up, and hopefully it won't run out. It'll still stay kind of a ball. And then probably when it dries, I will do, well, actually I might let the paint dry a little bit, maybe a day, and then put the planet part in maybe tomorrow about this time. And then I want to take some white on a brush of some sort and flick to make some kind of stars around it. And I also thought about where I'm going to put the planet is maybe put a white streak in tonight around the planets, kind of like a ring, and then I can maybe paint the rest of the ring in after it dries. It might be a lot of work, but hey, if it works out right and how I see it in my mind, even if it comes halfway to that, it'll look pretty dope. So I've already got all the paints mixed that I'm going to use, at least for today. And usually I don't do too many paintings that continue on to the next day. Yeah, you really don't. I like to get it done in one shot. Sorry, I found a little spot there. All right, so all I got to do is adjust the camera and we can get started. All right, as you can see, the black is down. So I have some red paint and some of the pearlized blue. We're just going to use a little bit of it. Probably don't need a whole lot. A couple spots. I don't need a whole lot in there, I don't think. So then we're just gonna kind of like do that. I don't want it real prominent, but in there, but maybe I'll put a little bit on the back of this and just spread it. Seems like I'm just covering it up mostly, isn't it? Let me get some of this off. There we go. So I want the planet up here, so I don't want a whole lot. All right, let me get this out of the package and see what it looks like on there. Might just put it there if I can blow that out all the way. More in there, a little bit. Now the reason I don't want it is we're going to put the planet up here. So if I have it here, it's like they're going to the planet. Be right there, like that. Now, where did I say that I should? I think we'll try to do the planet. So we put that in there like that, kind of push it down so it'll make a seal. We're just going to do a little bit of blues. A little bit of this green. Oops. A little bit of white. I'm just dropping stuff in this thing. So then we turn this and then we need our, because this will have a suction on it, so when you pull it up it'll actually raise up, so you need something to pop that kind. Ooh, that turned out pretty good. Hopefully that won't. I don't think I have a spare toothbrush that's good to put paint on and then just flick it. But white really sinks, so I think I'm going to wait maybe until tomorrow to do that, and that way I can it won't sink so much. So we'll do that tomorrow. But for now, I think that looks pretty good. I have not really attempted to do a planet. I think I tried once and it really failed. So this one I'm really happy with. All right. So I think we'll have this one as a keeper for now. It'll look a lot better when it has all the stars around it. All right, as you can see, this has dried. And I took a toothbrush, put some white paint on it, and just flicked it to create the stars. This shifted a little bit, so I actually touched it up a little bit around there to make it more round other than oblong. So, but it's ready to go. So we have our Enterprise, and we're gonna set it like right there. And I think that'll look pretty cool. I'd love to have it like this, but I don't think I can get it stationary. So we'll put it on its side. It's not that bad. So we have a 10 by 20 canvas. So we're using 7 ounces of epoxy. This is Promise Epoxy. I get it on Amazon. I buy the 2-gallon kit, and I go to artResinCalculator.com. I think that's the name of it. But anyway, they have if you just put in art resin calculator, it will pop up on Google or whatever search engine you use. And it tells you can type in your canvas size, 10 by 20, and it will tell you how many ounces of resin to use. Now, the little tip of the day is that is the total amount of resin. So when you're doing resin, it comes in a 2-part kit. So it comes with a hardener and then epoxy. So when I order my 2-gallon kit, it's actually a gallon of hardener and a gallon of epoxy. And that's why they call it a kit, is actually because it's 2 parts. So for 7 ounces, we would need 3.5 ounces of hardener and 3.5 ounces of epoxy. And then you mix that for 2 to 3 minutes, or however many minutes the directions call for. I go about 2 minutes or so. I've worked with it enough to know that I don't really need the 3 minutes, but I kind of look at it and I can tell that if it's mixed well enough. You just want to make sure that it's mixed well and don't have clumps of, because one of them is real thick, like molasses. So you don't want a big clump of that. So you want to make sure it's mixed well. Now this one might be a little harder to find the bubbles because of all these white stars. Looks like bubbles in the glare. So, but I will be able to see if they pop or not. So, but it probably will throw me off. I'll probably be torching quite a bit because I'm thinking it still needs excuse me, still has air pockets in it. See just a little something right there. Let's see if I can get that pulled out. A couple spots. I'd like to find some more. This turned out pretty good. I like the colors on it. That resin really makes these the blue kind of shimmer, and the red, they're both metallics. So yeah, it's really I think I've got these popped pretty well. So last little run around the whole canvas to make sure. Alright. Whew. right, so we're going to set it right there. There's a big bubble. All right. I like that. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment, hit the like button if you like this one. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thanks for watching.